I'll just wait a minute until people start telling me we actually are live in the chat, and then I don't need to worry about anything. Cool, so of course, as usual, I'll just take a minute to let everyone filter in. Live chat, here we go. Yeah, it says we've been live for 15 seconds. Perfect, right, let's get this thing started then. So, nice. Let's just get this track playing, and then I'll introduce the stream, but if I just start by playing the track, you can let me know if you can actually hear it. This stream is going to be, I know I said this the last 2 weeks, this one is going to, the competitors this time have just absolutely increased the level, so let's take a listen.
Another day, curtains closed.
As soon as you can hear the music, just let me know, and let me know what the level's like, and then we can really get the stream started.
I don't know.
And the shades are here to stay as well. Everybody demanded that we keep the shades.
Let it go, let it go, let it go. Gotta let go.
Nice.
The weight
just
of
take a
the
minute for
world
everyone to
can
filter in.
hold you if you never let it out. You hold it all on your shoulders and you never put it down. Gravity will help you lay it on the ground. The weight of the world can hold you if you never let
Oh, that's different. That's a big change from last week. It's much quicker as well. Just a sec. Just going to fade that out for a second. All right. Incredible. So everything's working. You can hear me. You can hear the stream. Let me just change to another view here. So as you know, if you've been here the last couple of weeks, but for anyone that hasn't, I'm going to be doing track feedback for everybody that's watching, for people in the audience. Of course, we're going to do about an hour to an hour and a half of that. But along with the track feedback, we have this competition that I'm running. Let me just move this out of the way. Where we have these 10 producers, and they've all uploaded an updated track today, which is incredible. We have these 10 competitors who I've handpicked. They're all previous challenge winners. They're people that take part in all of our live streams. So they're people that are really, integral to our community. We all kind of know them. All of these people are competing to develop a track over the month of April. So we've already done the first 2 weeks. Now we're on to the third week, and we're sort of helping them finish their tracks, maybe give them arrangement advice, mixing advice, that sort of thing. Next week will be the final, which is so important to tune into that. I'm still figuring out how we're going to do the judging, whether we do it live on Discord, on YouTube, but I'm totally open to suggestions. And I've got the chat open so I can see all of your messages. But yeah, what we're going to do is listen to some of these, and then I'll intersperse it with just giving track feedback to people in the community. So if you haven't uploaded a track yet, feel free to do that in the description. But this first track, in no particular order, we're just going to be listening to Jereko, Wait, and we'll listen from the beginning, of course, because not all of you were here right at the start of the stream. Let me go into this view here. This is my favorite view because we can actually see everything going on here. But they've started by giving just a little bit of an update. So they've said a bunch of changes to help with the flow of the track. The house part's now faster to give it more energy. So we were hearing that. They changed the first half of the drop, and there's more room to get into that drum and bass section. Perfect. New melody on the outro, so I'm looking forward to hearing that. And of course, we can listen back using Boombox. This is why we use Boombox. We can see where this track started. So you can see version 1, version 2. They visually look different. Of course, they sound different. Let's give this a nice, fair listen from the start. This is Wait by Jereko. There we go. Do tell me if the volume is good as well.
Another day, curtains closed.
Nice.
What do you feel? I don't know.
It's so different, it's so fresh. Makes the level like everything loud enough, I can turn it up or down. This whole section of the track is so much more intense than it used to be.
Safe in the darkest shadows, but you forget your
Nice, that level should be a bit better now, hopefully.
Let it go, let it go, let it go. Gotta let go. Let it go, let it go,
We have so much more space in this section here. Maybe that level's a bit better now. I like the pace here. This feels so much more natural than last week. I can't describe it. Turning it down a bit. Really like it. Wow, and that really didn't feel like 4 minutes. That went really quick, but it was a journey. I really think, and I'm not just saying this, there's something about this this final chorus and drop. It all just feels so much more natural than, you know, what we had during week 1. So if I go back to, say, the first version, just so we can have a wee listen, the tempo, the pace, all the ideas are there. It's building. It was chill, it was easy, but I mean, this is really interesting because I don't have favorites, but on week 1 I was thinking, yeah, this is good, but it's sort of playing it safe. And I feel like by week 3, probably as a result of some of the feedback, I feel like this track has completely come out of its shell. I feel like you're being so experimental. The arrangement sounds fantastic. The way everything dropped off in this section. Come on, let's play this.
You forget your rainbow.
I feel like maybe the vocals feel quite bright. Everything still feels quite trebly and energetic. That's fine. That's a tone you can go for. But the way everything built up here, you've sped it up, but it's got good energy. And honestly, I was not expecting this track to develop so much, because I thought after week 1 you could have just played this really safe and kept it very chill. But yeah, let's see this. See what the chat is saying. Everyone looks pretty happy with it. It's a little... Some people saying maybe it's a little bit overstimulating. It depends, yeah. The vocal chops maybe felt abrupt in the first drop. Let's see this. I really liked it though. I know we've listened to this a bunch. We will get on to the next one, but really good work, Jereko. Yeah, I like them though. Let's see how they do. Yeah, I mean, I get what you mean. You're trying to grab the attention, so it's sort of one or the other. Do you just put the vocal chops right up front and center and grab the attention? Personally, it really caught me off guard in a good way. Yeah, I really, really like it. I'm so excited, of course, to see where this goes. I don't think there's probably not much room to change this other than just a few bits with the mix here and there. It definitely in these headphones sounds nice and bright. You could maybe head back in that smoother direction that we had during week 1 with the mix. Let's see this. That feels smooth, but maybe a little bit mushy. And I think maybe we've pushed it a little over in the other direction now. Let's take a listen again. Yeah, so I reckon if we just take this. I love it. I really like this experimental sort of thanks for listening bit at the end with the synths. I do think, I mean, that's just like that's a 1.5 dB down on a shelf and maybe a little up in the low mids, or that's actually just bass 140. Yeah. Nah, that's really, really good stuff. I'd say we can maybe tweak the mix a bit, but I'm so happy with this. And this was, like I said, this was one where I wasn't sure how much it would develop, but you've really, really pushed it so far. So we will get round to the general sort of audience feedback soon, but I just want to keep listening to a bunch of to these challengers, because next week we've somehow got to pick a winner between us. It looks like people are wanting to do some kind of poll either on YouTube or maybe over on Discord. Is everybody in the chat here? Are you all on our free Discord server? And I mean that, I know everybody's community is paid these days, but I mean this, it's free Discord server. We've been on Discord from the early days. Like we must have been there for 6, 7, 8 years or something by now. So if you're not on the Discord, do join it. I put the link in like all of my videos, all my social medias. I'd like to do the poll on Discord because I know that everybody voting is definitely a real person. There's no bots or spam. Yeah, so let me know. Nice. And so this is Avenir, fellow Scot, but again, I'm not allowed to have favorites. It's been a crazy week. Nothing much to say other than the song is structurally completed. Good. So that's what we were looking for. So it's time for me to shut up. We'll take a listen to Avenir. Might turn this up a bit. This feels really mature. And I love how atmospheric everything is. Like this is just creating so much space. Hit myself in the face. Yeah, all Avenir has to do is like sleep on this for a couple of days and then come back and make those tiny little adjustments at the end. So if you hear anything, definitely point it out to him, put it in the chat. Balance sounds really good to me, like bass, mids, treble. There's something going on down here that could be cleaned up, but
I fall into your eyes, floating in the skies.
bass is really, really nice. And the high end sounds so smooth, it's not too crispy. The bass and kick there maybe were stepping on each other a little bit. Yeah, I'm always reluctant to pause these because they sound so good. I feel like maybe nitpicking in these headphones, the kick and bass, the sub of them definitely seems to step on each other here, but it's also kind of a cool effect. I hear a little bit of distortion, a little bit of not necessarily like things out of phase, but I can feel them fighting just there. Yeah, it's probably just the note in these headphones. Sounds a little bit buzzy in the low end, maybe. Sounds cool though. Really nice. Good stuff. It's really pretty at the end. Yeah, so when it comes to the outro, I'm always a fan of outros like this, but the track maybe has a little bit more catchiness or, you know, like, what's that, like replayability. If you were to cut the track just here before this outro, maybe try to get some of these vocals in here. If you cut the track here, it would have me thinking, oh, I really need to listen again. Whereas this outro is actually so satisfying that I'm like, oh, I'm done. So if you want to give people the best start to finish journey, definitely keep this in the end. But if you want to have that sort of slightly more infectious, oh, I kind of want to throw that on again, I'd maybe cut that ending. Depends what you want. Yeah, I definitely hear some of the phasing issues. Some people in the chat were thinking it was maybe from using zero latency mode here on FabFilter. I don't think it was, although that can cause issues. But linear phase isn't much better because, well, depending on, I think I've got plenty of videos about this, but linear phase can really, really mess up low end if you're not careful because you get pre-ringing. So on hard hitting tracks like this with a very sort of transient and dynamic low end, you can mess it up with linear phase as well. So you've got to always go with what you think sounds best. Some people love the sound of that pre-ringing. I have made a video showing what that pre-ringing sound is. It's like if you have a kick that just starts with a big transient and just, you know, there's this sort of that happens just before the kick and it rings into the sample before that transient. And half the people in the audience are like, oh, that sounds awful. And the other half are like, yeah, that's a vibe. So honestly, you can't win with these sorts of things. Oh, Apple just billed me for something. Every other week, Apple's just like, oh, I need 11 quid. Come on. Okay, Apple. Avenir, I really, really like this. I thought this was, again, just like I said with Jereko, I hate just repeating myself, but how much more mature does it sound? If I give people a quick run through of your first week track, it was simple, and then it developed. No vocals. You only had one day to make it, but you know where you've developed this to. It just sounds professional. Like, I mean, oh dear, what am I doing? Nope. YouTube's like, now would be a good time to put some adverts in. No. Go away. Cool. I'm really, really happy with that. I think it's just like a few little bits of polish here and there, but you have said the song is structurally completed, so I'm so excited. Let's get on to the next track. We'll do Javinci, and then maybe we'll listen to an audience member's track. And also, I think what we're thinking of doing then for the voting, I need to scroll back a bit and read what you've all said later when the stream's over. But what we'll probably do is do it on Discord, because I can compile all of the 10 tracks. I can just post them there in Discord. Discord has a wonderful audio player where you can just play pause as many as you wanted to, so everyone can just listen in their own time, comparing, and then you can just vote with a Discord poll for your favorite. I might do 2 polls, like what's your favorite and what's your second favorite, and that way we can get like a good feel for it. But Discord is probably the place to do it, so that's probably where I'm going to go. But Javinci, let me turn this off. We'll take a good listen. For week 3, they've added new sounds to the second verse, new pluck harp, extra filter resonance, some distorted guitar, really excited to hear that, and a nice retro lead. For the second drop, not a whole lot changed. Yeah, some filtering, some flanging, and they'd like some opinions on if they need to add some like extra sounds later on. So when we take a listen to this, do we feel it's getting repetitive? Do we want more ear candy, more sounds, more layers? Let's give it our best shot. So remember this. Love those vocals.
All this bass in your face. Bass in your face, yeah. All this bass in your face. Bass in your face, yeah.
I'm already ready. So clean. Sounds so fresh to me, like, oh, that's that harp, okay. Oh, I love it. It sounds so like dystopian. I love it. Got a list.
All this bass in your face. Bass in your face, yeah. All this bass in your face. Bass in your face, yeah.
So nice. Is that a little roll off of the bass? Wow. ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. I think this is the power of these sorts of challenges, and I see this every time we have like a community challenge on Discord. And trust me, I know I need to run more of them. I know I feel terrible for not scheduling more. Um, when I just have like, oh, just submit a track this week, people do well. But when people are really put under pressure and it's like, hey, you've got 3-4 weeks to finish this song, and there's going to be a final on week 4, like people are I mean, Javinci's always great, but the level here is absurd. So I'm going to have to listen on my monitors, I think, to get a feeling for the low end. But what I love about this track, and I was just changing the analyzer to try and kind of see it visualized a little bit better, was that the speed of the low end in this track is incredible. It's not hanging around. Like, it is just, it's punchy. That bass, those kicks, they're just there and they're gone, and they just, whenever the bass is on, the track is just chugging. And then as soon as as soon as there isn't a kick or there isn't bass, you miss it immediately. I love it. Diego's saying maybe add more chill vocal in the intro. Let's see this. Everybody else is just saying let's get this signed. Perfect for Monster Cat. Stamped. Yeah, everybody's just like, I mean, I don't know. I don't listen to much music like this anymore, so I feel this sounds fresh to me. Like, it doesn't, I know there's lots of elements that we've heard in other tracks, but your arrangement here and your programming, your synth programming, your arrangement just sounds absolutely elite to me. Pirate, I've got your name on the list, by the way, and I've got Zap. Yeah, I've got a bunch of you all sort of queued up. They are saying that it is, what were you saying? Yeah, Pirate was saying the attack and release on the bass is just perfect. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Yeah, and everything just cuts in and out so well. Like, it was this section here. I want to listen again to this sort of, not break, but come on, let's go. Don't freeze on me now. Let's go. Do I have to reload this page? Please no. Yeah, let's try it quickly. Should be no trouble. Yeah, when the lead came in. The momentum here, not necessarily the sound design, but the momentum just reminded me of like those old Resident Evil movies. I don't know why. There's something about the synth, something about the tempo, just... Yeah, the way you're building and pushing, pulling the tension is so good. We'll take a quick listen to week 1. I'll have to turn it up a bit, but, it was all there, but... Oh yeah, it was just the simple 3 piano chords. And obviously you've expanded that so much. This was one of the tracks where I was thinking, yeah, I am so excited to hear where this goes. Like, the week 1, we had so many ways this could have gone. Incredible. Right, what I'm going to do now is I've got a list of people who were here really early in the stream. I've got Hellcat, Zap, Simon, Happy Camper, Kidder, Pirate. I'm going to put on Simon's track because I haven't played you in weeks and weeks, and I always love your stuff. So we're going to get back to the top, to these 10 VIPs. And remember, none of these people paid to be here. They're all picked on merit from previous competitions. So I'm going to go to this page. Oh, and then my stream's almost about to close itself. Cool. So Simon's should be in here somewhere. Kidder, I see you there as well. Let me take these off. We don't need those at the moment. Simon's tracks are really, they're like uplifting. They're a bit pop, usually recorded tracks, usually. So what if we got that add to queue? They're usually pretty... there we go. Yeah, good. I'm already excited. So we'll listen to your track. It probably won't need sunglasses, but that is not to suggest that it's not going to be good. Your first track in Logic Pro, you switched around a bit from FL Studio to Cubase to find little Logic Pro. I'm really sorry to hear that you're having to use Logic these days. So let's see if this sounds good. Obviously, I'm just teasing. nice workflow for you. That's all that matters. Like, you've got to find the DAW that feels like it's got the least friction from, you know, brain to finished track. Cool. Homemade tube microphone. You and your dad doing drums with E-drums, and then ran it into Superior Drummer. Awesome. Songs in Swedish. Kind of Swedish summer nostalgia to it. All right, let's take a listen. Let me turn this up a little bit, all right?
Det är något i luften, något nytt genom hela stan.
Hopefully it's loud enough, yeah?
Augustiregn på min panna. Jag blir äldre, ett år har gått idag. Cyklar på asfaltsväg från Knorringen, vardagsskäl. Letar efter något som påminner oss om igår. Jag ser studenter i backen som nu har vänt på klacken. För campingen har tömts. I sjön finns bara vatten för mina vänner här i Prag eller kanske någonstans i New York. För nu har campingen tömts. Kvar finns augustinatten. Jag ser studenter i backen. En sommar som var vacker. Och delar av mig själv som vin på verandan. Nostalgi kommer döda mig en dag.
I like it. It's really good.
Turister försvinner. Jag
I mean, I'm just trying to push and pull to see which bits I like, but especially, you know, this isn't like a final master or anything. There's lots of space to push and pull. Some people in the chat are kind of rightly saying that maybe some things are competing, some things are pushing and pulling with each other a little bit, the guitars, the pianos. But I kind of like how you've got so much going on, but it doesn't feel like an overwhelming wall of noise. It sort of feels very supportive, very warm. It just sounds like there's a lot of organic stuff going on, and it doesn't really get in the way of the vocals for me, you know, in these sections here.
någonstans i New York.
Maybe I've overbrightened it, but
För nu har campingen tömts.
you know, like the drums could be punchier, all of the tracks could be wider and brighter, but you know, what are we actually going for here? And it sounds a lot more friendly this way. It sounds smooth and chill, you know, the drums aren't sort of like blowing your ears out or anything. Really good. A couple of people are saying maybe the piano's a little overwhelming, but like, I like it, yeah. Right, let's take a listen towards the end. I agree that I think a fade out would be epic here. Keep listening. It is 5 minutes long, so. Excellent vocal mix. Wait, why is this turned off? Let's turn that back on. Excellent vocal mix. I think it's good with a little bit more bass. Nice. That's a really cool ending there, actually. It's unique. Haven't heard one like that. I thought your vocal mix was so good. So good. Pirate says the drums feel very satisfying. Yeah, I'd agree. Like, they're not sticking out. The snare isn't like smashing right down the center of the mix, but there's something about those drums that just feels very real and live, and it's because you've played them on an electronic drum kit, then you've used Superior Drummer to run off the MIDI of that, and even though it samples, it's got that live feel to it, and that's what's really important, you know. So there's no excuses. You know, you can actually take a drumstick or a, let's see this, tell you what, example, here we go. You could take like a pencil, a notepad, you could just have a microphone here. You could have that sound triggering a drum in a sampler. And then, you know, you play it softer, it'll play the softer sample. Like, you literally don't even need an electronic drum kit. You could have it all running off just hitting like a notepad with a pencil. Like, there's really, or just even with just your finger, this could be a beat pad. Like, if you don't have a beat pad on your MIDI keyboard or something, if you don't even have a MIDI keyboard, like, there's a million ways around it. I used to do that, you know, when I had before I had my MIDI keyboard, I would try just triggering just with the sound going into the laptop. You know, you could just tap the laptop and get that to trigger a drum. And then I saved up, I got a MIDI keyboard, and then I had drum pads, so the rest is history. But like, yeah, just try it. And Dodo says, like, just beatbox. There's something with me where as soon as I try to beatbox, it's like I feel this like generational embarrassment. So I'm just not going to do it. That's for other people to do. It's not for me. Some people are so cool when they beatbox, but my goodness, not me. Yeah, nice. Simon, that was really, really refreshing. And I really enjoyed playing that to sort of switch up what the VIPs have done. So really, really good work there. Everybody agrees, like, the mix is on point. You've done the right thing. It's not overwhelming. I was pushing and pulling with some mid-side stuff. That's something you could experiment with. I felt like on the sides, maybe warming up the sides a little bit, which is what I was trying to do here, and then brightening up the sides a little bit. It can be a bit of a trick. You never ever want to do more than a dB or two, in my opinion, on the master with this sort of thing. But if you brighten up the sides a little bit, you can have a track that feels nice and energetic, but without having that middle of the track be super sibilant and hissy and whatnot. But anyway, we're kind of nitpicking at this point. Okay, let's see what we've got for week 3. A much longer track. So we've gone from just a short track to something that's more developed. What I'll do is I'll keep these notes up here for everyone to read as we get playing through the track, okay? I think I'm gonna have to turn this up a touch. It's sounding very spacey already. I remember this. So it sounds like they've added a respace later. I'm not sure if it's the case, but everything feels a little bit more rough and saturated than before. It might just be me imagining it. I love the shape of this low end here. I love when low end pushes like this. I love that so much. Feels like a bit broken. And what a soundscape you've created as well. That's so cool. What a wide soundscape you've created with these sort of arpeggios, or sequence synth, I suppose. Nice, I love that. So satisfying, those slides, those glides. I think one of the superpowers in this track is that it is in F Lydian, so it already sounds so unique and interesting. Nice. It just keeps building forever. What's that technique called where the tone just keeps rising and rising? It just steps up. It does repeat, but it feels like there's a constant build of tension. I can't remember what that's called. Someone will remember though. What a crazy improvement again from week one. And I mean, I'm just going to be continually repeating myself, but this is sounding so much more finished. Like, it sounds so cohesive from start to finish. You could maybe build these sections up here a little bit more, not too much, because from this section here on, it is very full on, you know, the whole time. But this just sounds so much more full and ready, and it's really just a case for you of deciding, you know, how intense and how chill do you want different sections to be. But I'm really, really enjoying that. Let's just see what the chat says. It's a shepherd tone. Yeah, all of you. Who said it first? Yeah, you did. Good. Nice. This is what I love about these things. Like, I forget something and I've got like 6-7 people just telling me exactly what it is. Yeah, it is. It's the barber pole effect. Exactly. It just feels like it's constantly rising. It's got a little bit of that going on in this. Like, I don't think it's actually what's happening, but I love the way that steps up. The energy keeps rising and rising. Really, really good stuff. I think I was saying it, hopefully you could all hear me, but the way your kick drum pushes and pulls the diaphragm of the headphones and the speakers, the shape of that is just that so good. Like, if I just let's wow, that was, there we go. Yeah, the kick and the bass almost sound like one. Like, the kick just, it almost sounds like just the attack on the synth, but the attack of the synth and the kick to me are sitting in a way that just, some people would call it really messy, but to me it saturates, it slams, it sounds really, really good. Dodo's saying maybe the intro could be a bit shorter. Once you heard the melody a few times, adding the break chord drums will make me interested, but not much. Yeah, it could be shorter for sure. Yeah, I definitely say don't. These days, what I'm seeing from artists, at least, is, you know, people are not that worried about how long a track is. You know, sometimes people are just making tracks that are, you know, like 1 minute and 54 seconds long, or 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Like, people aren't that worried about making a full traditional arrangement anymore. So I think you've just got to do what feels right to you. You know, if you want to give the listener more time to get into the track, this is a track where nothing's really overwhelming. So I don't think you need to give the listener too long to get used to the sounds. But yeah, that's going to be a really interesting one. People are already picking favorites. Dude, I love this one so much. And then we've got Leyland free. So this will be our next track, just so you can. So we're almost halfway through the competitors here. Okay. This is a great technique, by the way. Take a day or two away, listen through to it, and just visit, you know, when you listen through from start to finish to your own track, do it outside of the DAW. So export your track, just listen to it on a music player, whatever you're using, and just force yourself to listen start to finish. And in the DAW, you'll be like, this is perfect. But when you're forced to just listen to it like a listener would, I swear, I'm certain you engage different neural pathways, different circuitry in there. You're listening to it in a different way, and you just hear everything, and it's like embarrassing, and you just start writing down all this stuff that's wrong. And I think that's also why the car test is so powerful. I don't think it's that car speakers have anything special going on with them. Maybe they do. Maybe the low end you hear it different, but I think it's just you relax a different way, and you suddenly hear your track in a manner that you've never actually heard it like that before. Right, so we've had a chance to read that, but I'm just excited to hear it, to be honest. I've got to just give the tracks time to play because they're all getting longer, so I think listening, does everything really. And also when the DAW is open, you can just keep endlessly tweaking, but when you're actually confronted with the truth of it and how your track actually flows, it can be very illuminating. It can be a bit sad, but if you're willing to improve, it's powerful.
Midnight is calling, and everything's pulling me away.
Love that synth. Slow down.
Feels like we're falling into a place we never stay. Oh, you take the quiet parts of me and turn them into melodies. I never knew what I could be.
I remember this.
You set me free.
Yeah, these are going on. Sorry, guys. Your vocal chops are perfection. I can't believe this.
You take a
This is just throwing me around everywhere. We're going to have to listen to last week's one as well. All of this was just so impressive. I cannot believe it. What I love is it just sounds nothing like what you hear on the charts or anything. It's so refreshing. I just want to sing along with it, you know what I mean? Wow. Let me just pin this in place. That is extraordinary. Right, so what do we want to see here? Gotta take these off. What do we want to see here? Maybe this. Maybe spectrogram. This is quite fun. Let's find one that looks good in the stream, because I could pin this What have I got? Iris is cool. Yeah. We could do something like that. Maybe I'll figure this out.
Parts of me and turn them into melodies.
I can mess around with this for a second. Maybe just when listening, if I go back to this screen. I don't know. What you've done to build a track around those vocals is just so impressive to me. Like I don't know if the spectrogram is any use to anyone. I'll probably get rid of it, but it's fun doing stuff like that. But yeah, I quite like just using, like, just seeing it on the EQ personally. That was just incredible. I'm going to move that for a sec. I quite like the EQ. I'm old school. Wow. I'm not allowed to have favorites, remember? But this, I mean, can I take us back to week 1? Does anyone want to hear that? It was still good, right? The mix was clean.
Until you set me free.
Like, it was energetic, but there wasn't as much beer candy. Yeah, it was chill. I think you really added the right amount of complexity. Like, all I would say is, you know, for next week, let's not overcomplicate this. I mean, I'd argue to say it's finished. Let's see this. Yeah, it's like crazy how time transforms ideas. Yeah, it's like time, and then having this deadline each week. I've been sort of pestering, you know, these challengers, and just reminding them on that last day, like, hey, you got to submit something. And most of them have really busy lives. They're studying, they're working, you know, they've got stuff on just like all of us, and they're just like, oh, okay, I've got an hour, I'll update it this week, and they do. And then this happens. Like, when you've got to be accountable, it's really good. Like, some of you on the Discord, I don't know if people already do this, you can like get sort of like an accountability partner where like you just team up with another producer and just say, hey, look, we're both trying to finish a track this month. We'll check in every Saturday and send something to each other until it's done. You know what I mean? Having that sort of thing. It's like having someone that you go to the gym with or you run with or something. Like, if you've got to meet up with a mate and go do it, it's much more likely to happen. And it's harder to make excuses when you've got to, you know, really easy to make excuses to yourself, isn't it? But it's really difficult and embarrassing to make excuses to other people. To Stav, who's just joining, yeah, so we've got both. We've got a competition and we've got the normal mix feedback. We're just doing a bit of both. How are we doing? We've got a lot of people watching, so thank you for everyone that's joining in, giving feedback. I'm going to do one, and for people that have just joined, make sure that you guys in the chat explain to new people what's actually going on. You know, we've got these 10 challengers that we're listening to all of their music, And then I'm also picking tracks from the community, just like I did with Simon a minute ago. And once we've got through all of the challengers, we've got 5 more. I'll probably stay on stream for, at least another hour and listen to a bunch of your music. It's a lot of fun. Sort of just depends how long my voice lasts. Like, one thing with me when I'm talking is I got to remember to keep using the chest voice. When you get too like throaty and up in your head, your voice wears out. I should know this after years and years and years of making videos, but yeah, it's like I'm just a normal person. I'm not really like a presenter or an actor or anything, so it is what it is. Right, Dizet. Hard reset. Added a second drop, slightly changed the melody structure, recorded your voice. It was done in one take and doesn't sound how you want yet, so let's not judge the vocals too harshly. Nice. So next week is all about the mix master and getting the vocals in the right place. Let's give it a listen. This is going to be nuts. Nice.
That's one step moving forward, no rest, never slower. Low light body colder, stay sharp, getting bolder. Deep breeze, pressure growing, no love power showing. Heart pulse, engine rolling, stay tight, never folding.
Nice.
Hard rest, cold system, dark signal. That's hard rest, cold system.
I love whatever you're using to like double your voice. It sounds really good. Something I always say about Dizet's music is that the momentum and the propulsion is just something else. It's so special. I want to get this like, let's get it in a room. I want to just add some verb just to feel what it would sound like in a big room, maybe. Nice. So good. Right, let me go back to this view. Nice, lots of bass. Brilliant. It's all within ranges. I promised myself on this stream I'd use tonal balance control a little bit just to make sure that my ears are not totally cooked, but I thought that was really, really good. I said it while it was playing, but like the propulsion and the momentum's really good. I actually like the vocals you put in. I know what you mean. They're not like completely locked in. yet, but really, really good. Something I was just showing there with the reverb, don't put that on your master unless you're crazy like me, but sometimes when I'm playing these tracks, and my room's not massive, even if I've got the speakers on, like it's not a huge room, I'll sometimes just throw like reverb on or put VSX on, just something roomy and something like a big hall, turn it up to like 40% or something, and just see what happens to the track when there's literally, you're running the master into reverb. Like, does stuff, like, just how does it sound? Does it still sound like a energetic and like a vibe, or do things sound, does the low end just turn into a rumbling mess? I mean, it's just one of those things you can do. If you're going to do a car check, if you're going to check on headphones, it's just one of those things you can do, because a track like this is inevitably going to be played in some kind of club or gig venue, some kind of warehouse. Like, this is just spot on. 1841 is saying you kind of blur out the details and hear the general idea. That's exactly what it is. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's see if there's anything else going on here. Trouble is, sometimes you put reverb on the master and then you turn it off and you go, oh no, I like how my track sounded a minute ago. That's always painful. That's a tough one. It's like, you know, people sometimes say like, don't put reverb on the bass, and sometimes you do, and it sounds really like, it's got like it gives a really nice decay, and it sounds really like blurry and nice, and you take the reverb off and you go, I quite like the reverb on the bass, even though you're not supposed to do it. So it's one of those things where, yeah, your taste and preference clash with what is accepted. Who cares what's accepted? I have had only one client, this guy saying, you know, he's making, it's very acoustic, very organic music, and we just decided, yeah, we were going to add a reverb at 5% on the master. I can't remember. We either added it onto another channel and blended it in, or we just put it literally in the master chain. And we both just thought like, yeah, it's working. It's giving that roomy tone that we want, but it's definitely not something for everything. And don't go away and do it without at least understanding the consequences of it. Dizet, incredible. What can I say? Cool. So we got the next track here is Expansions by Emil. And what I wanted to say, oh, and these are some comments from, there's this producer that's joining us from they're sort of partnered with Boombox, and they're giving feedback to as many of the competitors as possible. Let's see what we've got. Wait a minute, I've got the wrong one. Hold up, let me just get this. I got this. I think I'm going to have to refresh this page. Sorry, guys. I don't think I've actually got the right one. We'll go on to the next one for now. Pyro. I remember Emil was, they had a lot going on, and I think they struggled to get their submission in for the last week. We're not going to be worried about that. We've all got stuff going on. Sometimes we can't, you know, get everything squared away. It's perfectly fine. Pyro, right. Can't wait to listen to this. We'll read through this as we get the track started, okay?
Floating, falling down.
I've missed this track actually.
Maybe it's what flying feels like. No one else around. So that's what flying feels like. That's what flying feels like. That's what flying feels like. Flying feels like. Flying feels like. So that's what flying feels like. Flying feels like.
I think Pyro was one of our first ever challenge winners in like 2018 or something. I can't remember. Like 2016. I can't even remember. is really like a master of groove. Everything is pocketed. So much going on, but everything has its place. So good luck, everybody, trying to pick your winner next week. It kind of feels like the winners are all of us that didn't have to take part, but we get to listen each week. Because I'm not listening and finding as much new music as I want to. I used to do that all the time, but this is a good way to find get in touch with music, you know? So what I feel we could do is these bits could have a little bit more push and pull transiently. I think that's what we're going to work on, making sure the decay of everything is tight enough. Oh, I love that. Nice and thin. Yeah, these are worthy as well. Incredible. So good, Pyro. You've been one of my favorites forever. I think it must have been 10 years ago you won one of our competitions or something on YouTube. Can't remember, or came second or third. You're a winner in my eyes anyway. I think these sections, what we're going to do to make sure that this definitely sounds Pyro is just making sure that the decay on everything, which you might want to be doing like from the synth or just with envelopes, just making sure that when you want to cut things out, they go and there's not like extra tails spilling over unless you really want them to be. I think that's the next thing we could do to like make sure that it has that Pyro bounce and groove and just to retain it, because that's like a real element of your music, Pyro, has always been this ability to have just this stacked arrangement where you can hear there's like 20, 30, 40 tracks going on, but everything's just in and out, grooving and pocketed. It's in the pocket. It's filling only the space it needs to. Yeah. You know, I'm looking forward. Maybe you could take part in one of the next contests or something, because you're always here. Yeah, if you haven't sent a track, make sure you do so with the link in the description. There's a folder there. I think, let's see how many of you have actually sent in a track today. Just refresh this. Yeah, we've got like 80 tracks today, so we've got enough tracks today. Maybe I should just stream every day until we get through all of them. Maybe I need to stream for like, do like a 5-hour, just a whole day stream one time, just get them all done. Who cares about health and work-life balance? I went for like almost an hour cycle before this and did some weights as well, just because sitting down for too long is never good. Pyro, that was so much fun. I just think the push and pull on the envelopes is all that needs done. Let's see this. Yeah, I totally understand, 24 hours stream. Yeah, you're fatigued, exactly. You know what I'm going to do just before we get onto these two is I'm going to listen to one more from the community, if everybody doesn't mind. I have Zap on my list, so I wanted to listen to one of your tracks, Zap. Hopefully you've submitted something. Did you? If not, I know that there's other people I can go to for sure. Let's see, because I was going to play Kidder as well, and I was going to play Happy Camper as well. I see you. Diego, I know you're in the chat. That's Pirate's track, so let's see what we've got. Do we have Zap? No track this week. Cool, so we'll jump to the next one. I have... let's do Happy Camper. Why not? You're here. What's your track called? Starlight? Is it called Starlight? Is this you? Hopefully that's you. Yeah. No, that's Star Trance. That's Starlight. Sorry, guys. This one here. Yeah, that's you. Perfect. We'll play this one. One from the community first, and then we'll get back to the contest, right? So let me take these off. first ever ambient track. You know, we'll just keep this up. I'll get the track playing as we listen, as we read through this together, okay? Nice. I might turn this up a touch, but sounds good. What a nice ear reset as well, because this always sort of happens. We tend to just pick at random tracks that are very, I don't know, they're a bit like cleansing. Cool, I'll add your track as well, right? But I won't play it yet, I'll play it later. 4871, so that if you can rewatch the stream after work and it'll be, you know, probably in 20 minutes time or something like that. So you don't have to be late for work, alright? It's called Not Yet. Rhea the Glue. Try to be fair around here, alright? And when I see people always commenting and contributing, I try to play their tracks. This is really, really nice. So the nylon string guitar is your own performance, which is good. You can hear that coming through. Overall sounds is that the sounds feel like maybe they're quite filtered off. It sounds like maybe on each track you've done, you know, this sort of thing, quite steep filters on stuff. You know, the bright stuff's very bright, the bassy stuff's very bassy. Maybe let things spill over a little bit more, maybe. I love the guitar playing. I just think we could push the guitar playing. Let's have some more of these frequencies on the guitar if you listen closely. They're very quiet. I think on the guitar you could pull up, what's that, 1K, 2K? Let's hear a little bit more of that on the guitar. The low end of the guitar is really beautiful. That doesn't need to change. So peaceful. We'll listen to a little bit more of this just as like a palate cleanser, and then we'll get back into the contest, right? Just gonna chill out a bit. Some water. I love the composition. And just a reminder for everyone, I'm sort of playing tracks at random at the moment, but if you want a little bit more priority, if you are a paid member or paid user of Boombox, or you've signed up using the link in the description for their services, and you can see everything they do, file storage, music distribution, collaboration, all sorts of stuff, you get a little bit more priority, not just in my own streams, but in a whole host of different Boombox streams. Sorry. Solo's just getting his dinner, I think. You get priority not just in my streams, but in all the other Boombox creator streams. There's loads of us that do streams just like this. We're all a bit different. We've all got different tastes, different styles. But yeah, you get a little bit of priority because I can see in these folders here, some people are paid users of Boombox, like this guy here. So yeah, sometimes they get a little bit of priority. But we also pick stuff at random just like this. I'm really enjoying this. Lovely track. Cool. I'm gonna fade that out now. because that's like almost 5 minutes of that. Yeah, I'd say if anything, the track's almost too smooth. Like it's really good. Like I was saying, biggest feedback is because the guitar it's really like the star of the show. I would just say the bass in the guitar sounded very good to me, at least on these headphones. But I would boost the guitar maybe around 1K, 2K. Not something crazy, but you could probably do with these sorts of acoustic instruments, I suppose, sort of large resonant wood-bodied instruments. They don't do very well if you do sort of pokey little boosts like this. They tend to do well if you do wide boosts. So like a really wide bell like this would probably sound a lot more natural. This sort of thing would sound really unnatural. And the opposite is often true. Sometimes if you want to cut out a problem, doing, you know, quite a narrow little cut on a particular problem resonance, that can sound more natural. If you start doing this to these acoustic instruments, they start sounding pretty phasey and weird. But no, this is sounding really, really good. And I'm really enjoying it. Let's see what we've got in the chat as we get into the last couple of tracks here. Honestly, my ability to use a computer just disappears as soon as I start these streams. Get out of the way. Trouble is, it's working. I've got another screen down here. And right as I'm about to do something critical, YouTube just comes up with a big notification saying, hey, now would be the best time to run an advert in your stream. And I'm just, no matter how many times you click it away, man, they've got all these features. The amount of AI they're trying to push, they've got, when I log into my YouTube dashboard, it used to be like, hey, here's some comments you got this week. Here's some of the videos the community seem to like and, you know, whatnots. But now you open your dashboard and it gives you all these AI video ideas. It says, hey, here's 6 thumbnails that we've created for you. And here's what your audience wants to see. And it's always the most ridiculous stuff about FL Studio. And it's just awful. Like they give you scripts, they try to make you do stuff. And it's like, no, just go away. Not interested at all. Weird stuff. That's not what YouTube's about for me. So this one, we have this demo. I'm really excited to hear how much more you've swapped out. Added some organ and mix is a bit weird. They still need to change things out. Let's see this. Sent some of the instruments pre-fader to, okay. Well, let's take a listen. Proof is in the pudding, so to speak. And again, I think I'm going to have to find a way to turn this one up a little bit more. Much stronger start now. Very great sense of majesty. So much better. This bit used to be really boomy. Yeah, everything's existing in the same space now. And this is exactly what we were hoping for. Really good stuff. Perfect. Oh, it's so good. I'll shut up, don't worry. Lots of panning. Maybe the panning is a little too much. Good job. Good. I know you believed in yourself right from week one, but this is really, really good to see how this has come together. The biggest, and I know, you know, week one was all about just getting the ideas in there, but week one, like, the sounds did not exist in the same space. It was like this. The intro was still cool. So this, like, needed a lot more depth and space, of course. And then the violin, it was all temporary. And it's like, it's all there, but it all needed sample replacement. It all needed mixed, and now you've just got, you know, just really good. It was already... It's existing in one hall, in one space altogether. So, you know, in terms of orchestration, arrangement, performance, no notes, sounds really, really good. I think the expression was good, start to finish. I wasn't really paying too much attention to, say, like the vibrato, the tremolo, the expression of the instruments. I was trying to just feel it all. So as long as the expression's fine, I would say the panning, to me, panning's always hard in headphones, right? It's really hard to judge. It just sounds a little bit like some elements they feel not quite, but almost fully left or fully right. And I feel there could be a little bit more crossbleed between them. Now, it's impossible to really gauge in headphones, but let's take a listen. Like, it feels like the strings are all a bit over on the left, and you can just pull the panning in a little bit so it's not as much. Let me see this. But what you can also do is you could take, say, the strings reverb. If the strings are on the left, I don't know if this is mirrored for you. If the strings are on the left, you can send their reverb send a little bit to the right. If you've got the violin that's a little more over the right, maybe send its reverb over the left a little bit. So it sounds like the reverb is reflecting off the wall over there and coming back, and it sounds nice, you know? Yeah. Really, really good. Jordan's saying, yeah, this would be a good one to, like, sample and make something completely new out of it. What a unique track, though. It's definitely going to be some people's favorite, despite the fact that it's not, like, super, super hyped energy. But this track, for sure, is one of the tracks that's come on the most over the 3 weeks. You always believed in yourself. You knew it was going to be good anyway. But this track is definitely one that has developed the most over the 3 weeks, and that's something that I was extremely happy to see. Okay, so we've got one more. Oh, this is going to be special. All right, let's see what we've got here. Let's get that in the right spot. We'll start it and read through this as usual. Bass is so cool. Excuse me, what's that bass doing? That's so good. drums sound like a little bit dominant. And the snare sounds like it's off in the left channel a little bit. I'll let it play out, then we'll do the feedback. It's only fair. So the groove is all there. Really, really good, really infectious. I've got a couple of bits of mix feedback, but it's minor stuff. Nice. So really, really good, of course. I need to check, because I feel like the drum mix is a little bit strong, these snares. Now, it could be, like, it could literally be something in my headphones, because I can feel my cables actually a little bit loose here. Oh, that is not good. That's, I don't know if you can see that. That is not good. So it might be me, right? I can swap my headphones over. These headphones are 8 years old, so maybe it's a problem. I'm going to send this to the right, and then we're going to send it to the left, and we're going to listen, because I think the snare is stronger on the left channel than the right. Could be wrong. So this is the right. Left. Definitely sounds stronger on the left to me. I think it's a combined sample, so I think it's a few samples layered, and it might be that the transient on the left is a bit stronger. But like the only reason I'm pointing this out is that this track is absolutely phenomenal. So let's just make sure that it's actually perfect, yeah. And also, when this guy, Halal, you're not new to production, but when I was new to production, I also just didn't care. I was like, my hi-hats are going to be a bit right, my snare is going to be a bit left, because like no one can tell me not to, so it's not a problem. It's just one of those things that unfortunately someone will be listening in their AirPods and they'll be going, why is the left so much, it's like sharper in the left. I'm not, I might skip this track or something. And I wish people weren't that silly, but they are, so, but yes, let's not nitpick that. I enjoyed this so much. I thought maybe the vocals were a touch bright or loud at the start. I want to take a listen again though. So I need to hear what the original vocal mix sounds like, of course, but what can be really powerful with vocals is instead of brightening them, you can take a shelf like this, and if you get, I'll turn the track down so we can still see things, but you kind of wait till you've got that first, where are we? Get some of the way. I need to get them to be a little bit taller. Right. The first sort of fundamentals at the bottom, if you just, one second, if you can just kind of dip just a little at the first fundamentals like that, it can sometimes control the low end, but then you don't have to do this. That sounded nasty, sorry. You don't have to do all of that stuff to sort of brighten them, so sometimes you could maybe take off, it sounds like your vocals probably have, what am I doing? Sounds like your vocals have like this going on or something, which we don't want. Let me go turn this off, change this back to where it was. I'm really particular about what I've got here. Anyway, I want to keep listening. Really nice. And while we're here, I also just wanted to say, I posted a video recently showing this, but you can turn off all the numbers, and you can also turn off, where are we? So listen to this. the EQ is still working, but you can't hear anything. So if anyone tries to tell you that, like, you know, you need to use an EQ that doesn't have any numbers on it, like, you can literally do it with almost any EQ. Now you're just using your ears. But I personally think it's good to use a combination of visual and auditory cues, because there's things that you cannot hear on some systems that you will see on an analyzer. So using the visual stuff is good. It's not bad to use all the tools available, especially if you're in like a home studio and there's nothing you can do to hear 40 hertz or 30 hertz. No way you're hearing that in your room. So seeing it, very, very useful. Okay. Let's see. Let me just see what else we've got here. I regret that I haven't interacted more with you guys in the chat yet. Let's see this. Do I react to unreleased stuff? Yeah, only unreleased stuff. I'm trying to do one stream where we don't get a copyright strike. It's never happened. Never happened. I want to give feedback to sort of work in progress music. That's the whole point. Thank you for anyone looking to get bandwidth. I will say, right, I want to put this up here. Shameless plug, but it's not currently on sale. But it will be on sale really, really soon, so it's back up to full price. Although, hey, there's a discount code right there, save 20. But yeah, I'll be putting it on sale, and I have a new plugin coming so soon. We're sort of beta testing it. I'm about to send it out to my team and everybody to use it. But this next plugin is gonna be it's a breakthrough. It's an absolutely revolutionary plugin, because I'm sick of just seeing companies make the same thing over and over. Oh, here's another saturator, here's another clipper. That's fine. But this next plugin I'm going to release is going to be an absolute breakthrough. It's a revolutionary plugin. There's nothing like it, and it's going to be so much fun. I can't even. I wish I could just show it on the screen, but it's going to ruin it for everybody. So yeah, we'll just get back to this. But yeah, I'll put bandwidth back on sale soon. The mistake I made launching bandwidth is that I didn't let the intro sale be long enough, because a lot of people like missed it in the first couple of weeks. So I'm just gonna do another sale to let people who maybe missed it, who were busy, who missed that, get a good price on it as well. But yeah, thank you. I mean, it's a funny one as well. Oh, and if you bought bandwidth, check your emails for the reviews, because I'd love to get some more reviews on it. We have thousands of customers using it, and we've got thousands of people that have done the free trial. And I've had I must have been like 100 email reviews of people just sharing the most amazing feedback and all sorts of stuff. And I've had hundreds of lovely comments. But most of the review emails just go straight to spam, so it's quite funny. I'm like, we've got, I mean, it's rated 5 stars, but we don't have that many reviews yet. It'd be great. But yeah, let's see this. Halal, what do I really have to add to this? It's really, really good. I mean, I don't know. I want to listen just to the end again, just to get a good feel for this. The vocals sound good there. You know what? I think it's because your vocal mix is perfect for the chorus, but I think the intro vocals are probably just the same mix, I would imagine. So what you could do, duplicate the track, keep all the same processing, duplicate your mixer track for the start, and then during this verse, just maybe warm them up, take the brightness down a touch. So all the rest of the processing is very similar, but just in the verse, they sound a little bit smoother, because over here, I think the vocals sounded really appropriate. I don't know about anyone else. And this happens all the time. Yeah, you agree, Thought. It's probably something that you were going to get to anyway. Yeah, cool. Loving it. Let's get back here. I just need to get one from Emil. Hopefully we can get a track from them, but they've been super busy. And also when I asked them to join in, they were really, really busy anyway. So it was going to be a bit hit and miss. Right. Now I'm going to open up to the rest of the community. We've got 20 minutes left. I'll extend that. I'll go for another half an hour, 40 minutes at least, all right? Because I'm feeling good. So I've got some on my list that were here right from the start. Hellcat. I've got you, so I'm going to go look for a track from you. If you're in the chat, please let me know what your track is called. Because we've got plenty of tracks here. We've got 104, so we're never going to get through all of those. Paul is here. I think we've listened to yours recently, so I'd love to listen to yours, but let's listen to there we go. We'll play this one because you're always here. We'll play yours as things get moving, right? So I've got a cue, which you'll see as we get going. Let's just start with this track. And I'll add some more from my own list. So don't spam your own stuff just yet, okay? Right. I'll add some tracks as we get going, okay? We've played Simons, we've played Happy Camper. Kidder doesn't have a track. I promised that I'd play a track from this guy called Pirate. I think it's you. Maybe that's you. M, do you have a track? 1841, do you have a track this week? It was that didn't have a track. Got it. That track is so, it's like so almost out of time. It's like so far behind the beat that it's really, really cool. Like it chugs along. It's just, it's like, it's like milliseconds away from being a mess, and I love it. That was really, really fun. So I've got some in the queue right now, right? So you can see these are people that were that were here really, really early. Yeah, and it's absolutely on purpose. I mean this in the best way. Really, really good. Let's see what we've got. Any... Yeah, cool. I want to hear this bit again because I was picking some tracks as I was listening the first time. It's one of those ones that makes you think, hold up, is my MP3 player skipping? Like, is the CD skipping? Does that make sense? But it's like a really cool effect. Nice. I really, really like that. Really, really nice to hear your tracks because I'm always seeing you in the comment section. I need to play your stuff more. Diego, I think because I played yours last week, I want to play some people that are that like have never had a track played before. I think I know it's like if you're here from the start, I obviously want to play your stuff. Let's see this. I'm gonna jump to the next one on the queue. That was really good. Like I don't really have feedback for that. It sounded really, really good, really punchy. I love the way you pushed and pulled with the energy. The bass is all there is, right? So obviously I like when there's more comments so I can see what's happening, but that's all we've got. Let's get this sorted. Let's turn this up a bit. It needs some vocals, doesn't it? To me, everything just sounds like a little bit too sort of major key, like things are sounding very happy, a little bit like commercial. So I wonder if there's something we could do to give it like a little bit more of an edge. Do you know what I mean? I want to hear where it's going anyway. Yeah, I do feel like we've heard this one before. I'm not sure. This better not be a copyrighted piece of music or something, but yeah, cool. It's just these bits. It sounds like a little bit, not like Christmassy, but just like a little bit too major key. I wonder if even like just a key change would be like really powerful for this. Like keep pretty much everything where it is, but just do it in a different key. I wonder. Let's see. Yeah, World Cup type. Yeah. But then with the right vocals, it could all just come together, so. Yeah, the only thing I'd say for this is I'd say do what you can to add even more personality to it, because it does sound like a lot of it you're playing it very safe, like the super saws and the pads, the chord stacks, the drums, the bass. It's all like sitting where it's supposed to be, but I'd say that it does just need like a little bit more of like you in it. Like I'm not really sure what, like it's really hard to describe. Like from this I can't really tell like your own personality, your style. Like I think there's something there where I'm like, oh, I just want a little bit of like personal flair at this point. You've clearly got the production skills to back it up. So I would say like do what you can to try and add a little bit more of a personal touch to the track. Does that sound fair? Like, because everything else is sitting in a really good spot, to be honest. Let's see. And we got M1841. So let's give this a shot. Ah, nice. Like already for some reason, like this track just feels like it's got a little bit more of its own personal touch. It's taken a little bit of risk. That's what I'd say. I'm so reluctant to pause this. We're going to go back, but that's what I'm trying to say is like this track already feels like it's taken a little bit of a risk. Like it's potentially polarizing. It's adding elements in and taking things away that could really like annoy someone if it's not their style. But by doing that, it's going to be someone's cup of tea and it's not going to be someone else's cup of tea. But it means the people that do like it really like it. Does that make sense? So I think we've got to keep pushing to make music as unique and as personal as possible. But you did just say, and to be fair to them, the last track we just listened to was like a first draft, first version. So I don't want to be horrible. I hope I never come across as being too horrible on stream. That's never the plan. I'm usually pretty easygoing, but sometimes when I'm trying to give feedback, I have to kind of get that critical mindset going, which is not always the best way to listen to music. Anyway, I'll shut up. Let's get back into it. I hear ya. Wow. This section I think is my favorite. I love that sort of stuttering energy underneath. Add a comment. Wow. Love this fade out. Yeah, so I don't really know what can be done about that rumble, given that the rumble seems to be happening because like the kick drums and the bass, it's all sort of, you know, triggering so quickly. So I don't think you'll fix that just with an EQ. You might have to like go into the samples and maybe make sure that the samples are cutting each other off, or you could just try on the kick channel, you know, cutting down at like 70 hertz or something. But no, that's really nitpicking. So all I was doing here was that, you know, some of the kind of ear candy stuff, the transient sort of spectral stuff at the top was kind of cutting through a bit. So I was just cutting it down a little. So I was just smoothing it out a bit, but sometimes I do this at the end of streams anyway. I felt that we could have a touch more at about, what's that, 340? I felt that the track could be warmed up a touch, but it doesn't need to be. It's very like electronic. It's got a kind of harsh digital sort of tone to it, which is part of it, and it kind of makes it really cool. So we definitely don't want to warm it up too much, but no, really good. Craig, I agree, it is definitely chaotic. It's not even necessarily like my style, but no, I really like it. This rumble at the end, this is what everyone was sort of talking about. I'll try to highlight it. Gonna open that. It's just so quick. Yeah, the worst of it's sort of 65 hertz. You can see it's just sort of like, obviously that's not an improvement, but yeah, I'd say definitely look around 60. Solo's coming and going. Definitely look around like 65 hertz there for the rumble, but it wasn't like off-putting to me. Like, I think if you're that far into this song, nothing's really going to throw you off, but this was really, really nice to listen to. I've always enjoyed your music, so thank you so much for submitting that. Let's see. I think this is going to go maybe in a more sort of pop direction. Let's see if we get something fresh. That suggests maybe more of like a kind of Disclosure sort of beat. Maybe it's going to be a little bit more swung actually. Nice. I just want to throw some ideas out there and then we'll get back to listening. This section here, something that you could do, because some of the production, the drums and the bass, it almost sounds like a little bit like Catronada, a little bit sampled, even though obviously this is a whole different style and vibe. So I'm not saying it's the same. I'm not even saying you're copying. What you could do is on those keys in the background and on the synths, you could pick which one. Instead of having it continuously playing, you could actually sort of chop them up or make the decay on the piano or the synth really, really short so that it actually sounds like you've sampled those parts. So if we take a listen. Like you could take those keys underneath or the synths on the top, and you could like print it out as a WAV file and then just physically cut the ends of each bit. So there's no like decay, there's no reverb tail. And just by that decay cutting itself off, it could sound like, you know, you're playing it on a drum pad, you're sampling it from another record. And then I think it's going to just make the groove just unstoppable, because the way it's grooving with the drums, I don't know. I feel like that's something we could do. I want to see what the chat thinks about that though. Let's see. Yeah, because like it's giving that Disclosure Catronada style on the beat. But yeah, like I hope what I'm saying makes sense. I saw a video recently of a producer doing it. I can't even remember their name, which is so embarrassing. But like make it sound like it's sampled, even though it's your own track. You've got the idea with these strings, like play them and then just cut the end of the sample off, or have the like loop your own sample. So play those string chords that you've got there and just loop them yourself, print the sample and just have that string sample just cut itself off and start again. And it's just going to sound like you've sampled a load of stuff, but in a good way. And that makes it sound like a record. I love it so much though. This is really, really fun. This sounds like even more mature than some of your previous tracks, which is really good. Yeah, so these chords, these sustained this sort of pad, synth keys, just cut it off here. So, and then here just. Yeah, it's gonna sound so good. Trust me. Let's give it a go. Okay, so just to answer the question, like why make it sound like it's sampled? It's just that because the drums are so good, this sort of genre, if you make it sound sampled, like what it will do for the groove and the beat and the track, I'm just imagining it. I think it's gonna sound so good. It could sound all choppy, but yeah, it's just gonna have that sound to it. It's gonna be really, really nice. It's getting very full in the mid-range here. You see this vocal chop pad you've got going on? I think cutting it out right at the end and then starting it again would be really good. Not what I was saying a minute ago, but just cutting out like a quarter of a bar or a beat. So keep it on. So just cut it out at the end. I think it would give the listener like a few milliseconds to miss it, and then it'll be back. Maybe that'll sound good. Anyway, you weren't really looking for production advice, so I've way overstepped my what's the word? Hey buddy. Yeah, so in terms of the mix, I like how messy and crunchy the low end is. At times here, things were sounding a little congested in the mid-range. Yeah, things were definitely feeling congested around maybe like, sorry, Solo's making so much noise behind me, maybe around like 400 hertz. You're gonna have to pick and choose. You're gonna have to take some mids away from something. I wouldn't take it away from everything. You're gonna have to take it away from the synths or something. I would take it away from the synth keys specifically. I just think in this section, even if you were to high pass the synth keys like this, I think they'd still sound really cool and really groovy. In that section, if they're a bit thin, who cares? We're about to have a really, really full track, so yeah, no one really cares. But I'd say overall, no, it's not too crunchy. I don't think it's too crunchy, unless my ears are all messy. The queue, let's show the queue for a second. Only got a couple in the queue. Kidder, this is really, really cool. I thought that's a really good track. Nice, yeah, you've got plenty to work with. Oh, was there lag? Oh dear. We've got a lot of viewers, which is fantastic. It looked like a couple of minutes ago we had quite a few dropped frames, but it seems like everything's stable at the moment. YouTube doing its thing, I guess. But hey, I'm having fun. Let's jump on to the next track. Kidder, super, super cool. Thank you for such a fresh and uplifting track. Sometimes I'm finding some of my, like, what would you say, like, ones to watch or something? I don't know if that's the right expression. I'm finding some, like, my new favorite artists through these streams, which is really, really fun, because I don't know if you're like me, but I don't want to have a Spotify subscription, but I have a subscription to like all the music streaming services just because I want to know, like, you know, how my client's music sounds like on those. But man, if you try to when I try to discover new music on Spotify, it is just it's a disaster. So this chap was in the stream right from the start, but they had to go to work, so they were asking if we could play their track. So of course they'll be seeing this later. So let's make their day when they get off their shift. Let's give them some good feedback, something to work with, right? Yeah. Lots of electronic music today as well. Remember, we accept like all genres. It's really refreshing to have some other stuff as well. I like the tone of the bass. The kick drum is a little bit boxy, maybe. Let's find what we're listening to. Kick drum's got a lot around here. Yeah, kick drum's got a lot around like 180. And when I take that down, it almost sounds like, obviously there's less volume, so it sounds worse, but it almost sounds like more deeply grooved. Yeah. love this sound design. We've just got to let things shine. Let's let that shine up there. So that's quite tame. Skip ahead of it just because it's a very long track, okay? So this bass here, without the kick, I quite like that tone, it's cool. Like, let's just make sure that the bass here at 80 hertz, right? You've got really strong fundamentals on it. So I would say on your bass track, we might have to scoop away a little bit to let the kick really knock through there. Could be wrong. So if I hone in a little bit, yeah, around here on the bass, let the bass do everything in the sub and then the upper harmonics. Let's cut this sort of second harmonic or you know, fundamental or whatever. Let's cut that down a little bit so that the kick, we can let the kick thud through in that region. Yeah, do that. We've got to try and get some vocals on this. Yeah, we could try more call and answer with those synths, but they're sounding cool. The only thing I'd say is like a lot of the synth sounds maybe sound quite similar to each other, so they kind of naturally compete. We could try adding a lead that's maybe a little bit more out there. So what can be a nice technique is find a lead, design it or use a preset. I personally don't care. Find a lead sound that's maybe pushing it a bit from what you'd normally do. Maybe sounds a little bit outrageous. Add a bit of reverb to smooth it out, filter it away so it's not too harsh, and just try it, because you can always delete it. And then, just like we were given feedback a couple of minutes ago, let's just get a little bit more of your personality through here. I can feel and hear the bedrock of what you're doing here, and you've clearly got good taste, you've got good ears, because the foundations are here. Like, you've got a cool sounding track. I think if we can just add a little bit more personal touch to it, and obviously I'm brightening it up like crazy here. You'll hear the EQ moves I'm making. I'll turn those on and off in a sec, actually. Still cool. But now it sounds like it's alive, yeah? And who's this? Karloff is saying in the that's a cool name, saying in the chat, I'd try more expressive automation on the synths, like filter, modulation, delay. Yes, and I would recommend this guy, right? Tom Synth Hacker. Am I spelling that right? Synth Hacker, Tom. Find his channel on YouTube. He makes such good videos about how to add expression. I mean, he uses loads of different synthesizers, so it doesn't matter what you use, but he'll show you how to use automation clips to make your synthesizers come to life. I mean, he's pretty much the reason I don't bother making sound design tutorials, because once I found his stuff, I just always send people over to him. I'm just like, yeah, he's the guy. He knows what he's doing. And this is how I like using YouTube. Like, I'll send you to the right person. If you've got a question about like distortion levels on an audio interface, like I'm going to send you to Julian Krauss or something. Like I'm not going to pretend to know everything about everything. So Synth Hacker is the guy. Let's see this. Yeah, everybody loves him in the chat. So yeah, go. Yeah, I think Synth Hacker actually worked with the Xfer team on some of the Serum 2 presets. He's got like an official pack. I've actually bought I think I bought his like everything bundle just to support him because I really like his videos. And I've learned so much from him. Great guy as far as I'm aware. Don't know him personally, but yeah. Anyway, it's Synth Hacker, but like he's not hacking or pirating anything. Like maybe it's like a bad, maybe it's not the best channel name, but hey, it's good. He knows what he's doing at least. Right, we've got a track here and I asked them to put some comments on it because I don't really like playing stuff that doesn't have comments. Excellent, you've added something. Wicked. Okay, I can't play this. I really wish I could. You've got to submit something original because it's got Eminem's actual vocals from the rap scene in the movie. If I post this, I'm okay with copyright claims, but this will get a copyright strike. The whole stream will be taken down, and there'll be nothing I can do to put the stream back up. Even if I chop this out, they'll just say no. So I'm sorry. Yeah, let's hear a couple more. Emrix, you've been here for a while. Craig McOp, do you have a track? Let's see this here. Yeah, Iberian, let's play yours. Eugene, you're always here. You've been here forever. We'll play yours. Oh wait, what's it called? Please don't go away. It's called Eugene. Awesome. Right, let's play that. Oh, sorry, I forget that you can't see what I see all the time, right? We'll play this. Cool. So cool. That's your other track. We'll cue that up then, right? What's your track called? Aramix Cathedral. Yeah, I saw you. Cool. So this is the cue, right? We'll play this first.
One more sorry, crashing on my shore to wash the pain away. But you're sorry, won't cut it anymore. 'Cause this time it's too late. Breaking the silence.
The level of these tracks is ridiculous. Like when I started these streams, you know, I feel like there's many of you that have, you know, been here for like more than a year, and the level, like everything was sounded like drafts back in the day, but people are submitting stuff that sounds so finished. Like you say, the vocals are placeholders, so I'm not commenting on that, but this sounds really nice. And Aram, how do you say it? Arami X? I don't know how you say your name. Yeah, I've been seeing you from the start of this stream, but it's just comments get buried. I'll play Stab as well to finish the stream, because you've been here for ages as well. And that'll finish off the stream. So we'll play this, and then that'll be us done. And remember, no matter what you do, tune back in next week because we're going to get the final tracks from these VIPs in the contest, and we all have to vote to pick what we think's the best, who we think's improved the most. So do not miss next week's stream. It's going to be same day, same time, and then we'll do the voting over on Discord, okay? So if you have not joined the Discord community, join it, okay? No excuses. Question, Dodo. Right, I'm just going to pause this because it's been such a long track, but that was so much fun. Really, really good. I don't really have much feedback for it. It sounds really, really good, other than that you want to adjust the vocals, of course. Dodo, you had a question, though. Will the next stream be dedicated to the VIPs for ending the 4-week, or will it just be the same as this? I don't know. I feel like I definitely want to give at least an hour to the contest, the contestants. I think we'll probably make sure that we hear the contestants' final track and then their first track, probably in full, just so we can really all remember how much they've improved and celebrate that. And that way, when we do the vote, we can all pick our favorite, but also who we think has really developed the most over the course of the month. Because if someone's track was already good on day 1 and good on week 4, like, you know, it might be the best track, but we want to also see who developed. So yeah, and there's prizes. I haven't told everyone competing what the prizes are, because otherwise I don't want it really to affect things, but there is a cash prize, and there's also going to be some gear up for grabs as well. But with all my contests, it's like, you know, we usually have really, really good prizes, but like it's really about the experience as well. Sometimes with contests, like after it's all over, I ask the contestants, like, what do you actually really need? Because if people need a new pair of headphones and audio interface, I've always got stuff in the cupboard back there, you know, just from reviews and whatever. And I usually just send gear in the direction of people that actually need it. I've always kind of done that. I think, why hold on to stuff if it can serve other people better, you know? Yeah, cool. This is epic. Let's get on to the next track. Just got a couple more to go. So this was your other track that isn't using the Eminem vocals. Okay.
You know, the truth is, it all starts in our mind. Belief means nothing without action. Don't wait for life.
Thank you, Sakura. They say they've been watching since 2021. Thank you for staying with us so long. And really, really appreciate that, and thank you so much for your generosity and kindness. I really appreciate that. I didn't mean to skip over it. For some reason, there's something really harsh going on in the treble, so I want to just say, yeah, when it pops up, I thought this was like a notification or something. And I'm so, whenever notifications pop up like on my phone or my computer, I'm in a habit of just like ignoring them because they distract me. No, thank you so much, Sakura or Sakura. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Let's see this. There's something, a lot of stuff going on in the treble. Yeah, it's just that really sharp. To me, it's got that sort of nails on a chalkboard when those, I don't even know what you'd call them. They're like spectral synth stuff going on in the top. If I were to, and it's funny, I always use it on stream, but I never use it in real life. The spectral stuff, let's cut it down. Nah, I'm just making the track too mushy when I do that. I tried though. I just feel like that's a bit grating to me. Yeah, Dodo says it best. It's like doing that annoying move where you accidentally scratch the fork on a plate when you're eating. Yeah, it's exactly that. But it's a shame because the rest of this beat sounds cool. Like there's nothing wrong with it. It sounds really, really cool. Mastering sounds good as well. Maybe we could do a bit more bass. Yeah, it's just a shame because it sounds really grating. It's probably that like it doesn't sound bad on your headphones, but maybe they're a bit dull in the treble. This is a very long track, so I'm going to skip ahead and see where it develops, but I've got a good idea for this start. Nice momentum, got things moving. That could be a bit more exciting. Quite a good use of space and depth in the track, to be honest. It does sound a little bit simple, but I like the roominess of the track. I like the reverbs. The snare is really nice. The snare is really chill, isn't it? It's like almost like white noise. I've already chosen all of my tracks. I'll add you to a list, right? I'll make sure that I'll play you in a future stream because I've seen that you've been here from the start for a lot of time in the stream, okay? Is that fair? I'll write you on the list. You're on the list, okay? Thank you so much, and I appreciate the donation. Okay, so what's interesting to me about this track is I'm enjoying it a lot, but I'll admit at the start I thought that's a little bit basic for me. And obviously you're giving it time. And it could just be that like my attention span is ruined now, which is a shame. I don't think that's true. But at this point, I'd probably be thinking, I might skip over to something that just feels like it's got a little bit more personality. But that sounds like it's full of personality. Like that sounds like a person made it, you know what I mean? Whereas at the start, it sounds a little robotic. So maybe we do something to try and loosen up the start or get the track moving quickly. Yeah, really, really nice. Let's play from here.
I think I need a break. Don't care how long it takes. You know I hate the way you
Love that bass.
You make me feel so dark. You really broke my heart. You open up my scars. Why do you do this? Run in the moment. Let me see your behavior.
Like this sounds so much better than what was happening at the start. I'd lean into this. You can even start the song like this, to be honest.
I'll make the best of it. Let me see your behavior was toxic for me. Why do you do this?
Is this a common splice sample? Nice. Yeah, I wonder, maybe the track could just start here. Yeah, honestly, I think in this case, I think even just starting the track at this 30-second point, I think that's still basic enough for the intro. I don't know. It definitely feels like two songs. I don't know what's going on there. It's probably a bit long to switch it up that much, but I know it's an extended mix, but you know, it depends. I guess for an extended mix, yeah, absolutely fine. I know we always have this debate every time in the streams. It's like, well, it's an extended mix, but you know. Yeah, it's good. It kind of does feel a bit like two songs. I want to listen to this build up again.
Don't care.
Yeah, I would say, I think you've got to decide, like, do you want the track to be like this, or do you want the track to be like that? Because I think just cohesively, both sections sound incredibly cool, to me at least. My ears are getting a bit cooked. We've been doing this a long time, but they both sound good. They both sound professional. I don't know if they run into each other particularly smoothly, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Dodo, you'd be good making a track in this sort of genre as well. Right, and then this guy's been in the chat for absolutely ages. So yeah, finally getting around to playing your track. Give us a second. I got stuff popping up on my screen. Sweet. And then after this, we just got one more track from Stav. Yeah, Stavsy, just to finish off the stream. Hopefully it's a good one. Fingers crossed. So, dubstep this time. With a volume warning, so I'm just taking the volume down. I can always turn it back up if it's too quiet, okay? It's all good. it. But something I love about this is that there's so much space. And of course, it deserves the glasses as well. Of course. Epic. And we didn't really get a kind of pure dubstep track so far, so that's really, really cool. I love your intro and outro. It sounds super, super majestic. What I would say, and this is something just for anyone watching, I know at this point in the stream we've still got 120 people watching. That is incredible. Like I don't, even those numbers, like that's probably not impressive to some people, but I don't take that for granted. That's crazy that there's so many of you still hanging around for this. I love that. Get to the point, Michael. I love the way you've used like reverbs and delays or ambiances to create space. It's dubstep, but it's not like it doesn't feel like it's right inside my head and super, super dry, which obviously sounds cool. It's just got like a sense of space, a sense of depth and width to it that I really appreciated. It'll get loud, but I'm going to play it again. Whatever you're doing to create space, it's really, really working. Sounds good. And that's just something that like a lot of producers can learn from. It's sort of like the reverb on the master thing I was talking about earlier in the stream. But this was a really natural way to do it, and I enjoyed it. So let everyone know, if you're still here, what you were using to create that. Oh, Stavsy, we will get onto your track. Don't worry if it's not perfect or whatever. We can always go back to like another high energy track. They say it's not the genre for the in the mix crowd, but they're hoping to get some feedback. Right, let's just do our best with it. Let's not worry too much. Cool. Now they've said we can get listening from here. Sounds like almost like we've got sort of like BG sound. Big switch up. Very smooth as well. Nice and smooth. It's nice to not like end the stream with something that's just blowing the ears off. It's cool, man. Don't put yourself down. We can definitely brighten it up a bit, yeah? Yeah, I'd say like keep a little bit more body in the vocals for sure. Like this kind of like chest tone here. Don't cut all of that out, because you've got this sort of brighter, almost falsetto sort of tone. So we don't need to over brighten it. We can just keep a bit of chest voice in the vocals. Let's do that. Like this is nice, smooth. It's nice, man. So what I'm trying to do here, you can probably hear it. I'm trying to cut away some, mud, so to speak. But when I do this, the vocals just become way too thin. So I would, let's see, I would probably just while we're here, let's split this into stems. I don't have enough credits on my account. Oh, that's a mistake. Oh, I definitely do. Oh, well, never mind. I have a bit of a special account with Boombox. It's not like a normal one, so mine sometimes has a wee issues like that. Don't worry. Anyway, I was going to say, hopefully we're back here. Yeah. I was just going to take the vocals out so we could just listen to the rest of the track. I would say overall the track is a bit congested. It could do with a couple of selective cuts between maybe 200 and 600 hertz, but not on the vocals. The vocals need all that fullness, in my opinion. The guitars are cool. Did you record the guitars, or are they sound like they're Native Instruments strummed acoustic? I could be wrong though. They sound like really, really good. Thank you guys. Yeah, I need all the help I can get. The keys are so cool. Oh, you recorded the guitars. You recorded the guitars. They're done really, really well. I thought they were from like a player because they were just that clean. Yeah, so definitely the vocals, we want them to pop out, but not by over brightening them. So you've probably watched like a vocal tutorial, probably from me or someone else. We're probably telling you to over brighten the vocals. If I had just the vocals on their own, I would say do just a gentle, where are we? Do a very gentle, you know, maybe slope like this, just to tame the very lowest stuff. Keep most of the vocal intact, and then just push up the fader until it's sitting just right there on top of the mix, just in that gap between in and on the mix. Is he going to say it in the mix? He said it. Hey, that gap right between something being just right within the instruments and just popping over on top. Push it to that point there. Then add some compression to get those peaks off. You know, you can add the compression in solo, and then at that point, when it's at the right volume, start thinking, okay, now with everything else playing, I'm going to brighten up the vocals, or maybe reduce the essiness, something like this. That's what I would do, right? Let's see this. Hey, that's the name of the show. I love it when they do that. Whenever I'm watching a show with my wife or a movie, we're just like waiting until they say the name of the name of the movie in the movie. It was like that in Dune. Had to wait until like Dune Part 2 right at the end, where he's like, he says Dune, and it's just the cinema goes away. Yeah, I love it. Exactly. Yeah, Stav, nah, it's a cool track. Don't worry at all. I think I'd quite like to listen to the end of it, to kind of play the stream out. I don't know about everyone else. And such impressive vocal performance as well. I love the keys. The keys, you really brought this to life with all those elements. We've just got to get some of them sitting a little more comfortably together, I would say. But this is so good. Yeah, perfect song to end the stream with. Sometimes we end with like Dizet or something, and it, you know, it's so powerful. You don't know what to do with yourself. I feel really happy with this. That feels really, really uplifting. Huge thank you to everybody that's watching and has watched from the start of the stream. Now, if I've been ignoring you, I am sorry. It's never the intention. I'm not really like a professional streamer, so I thought I had the chat up here. I can't constantly monitor it while doing all of this. It's too much. So I'm trying to get better, you know, with the chat. But if I've been ignoring you, what I try to do is I try to read back through at the start and at the end of the stream, and I just add you to a list. So I have my notebook here, and I'm trying to add names to it of people that I haven't played, but that I should. Like I asked Craig for a track. They sent a track in and I didn't even notice. Yeah. Stavzy, thank you so much. That was such a cool track to end the stream with, and I think the consensus is that we're going to do the vote next week on Discord. So what I think we'll do is we'll do the stream and listen, and then after the stream we'll go onto Discord. I'll post all of the final tracks on Discord so we can all have a good listen in our own time, and then I'll probably keep the voting open for 3 days, a week, or something like that. And then it'll just be like whoever gets the most votes. But that way we can hear the tracks for the first time in the stream, get really hyped up about them, and then we can make our decision on Discord. I think that's going to be really, really good. Let's see this. Yeah, I mean, Discord just makes the most sense. The reason I trust Discord is I have a really cool team there. They're all volunteers. They do way too much. and we have like a custom bot that makes sure that none of the accounts are bots. Everyone's verified, everyone's a human, and there's no ID or anything like that needed for this. It's just simply, we have channels designed to catch bots. So if you are a bot, there's channels, that will catch you, but they won't catch you if you're a human. It just means when you're talking in our Discord server, you're actually talking to a human being. Now, they might be a crazy person, we're all a bit crazy, but at least you're talking to a human. Whereas some places, you go into Reddit or other places, and as much as there's such a wealth of information, you never know if there's just, people in there from companies or just bots or just people saying whatever. So it's good in Discord because you at least know you're talking to people, even if we are a bit nuts. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, yeah, these streams are just getting better and better and better. And if you weren't here at the start of the stream, I've got so much good news to share with you next month about this new plugin that I'm working on. It's a complete breakthrough. It's so fun. The people I'm building it with are just like, they can't even believe how cool it is. They can't believe no one's done this before. It's such a cool plugin. And yeah, I've been just super busy on that every single day. Yeah, okay, everybody, I'm gonna end the stream there. Sometimes when I end the stream, cuts off what I say, so yeah, I'll end it quite chill. But thank you so much. I really appreciate everybody, especially everybody giving all the feedback. It really makes the stream special. I know I sound like cliche saying that, but it's no good if it's just me sitting here giving track feedback. It's really all of you that make it really, really special. Is there any preview about what it's about? Okay, at the end of the day, it's all about bass at the end of the day, but I'm just going to leave it at that, or I'll say too much. It's going to be revolutionary. It's really fun. All right, everybody. See you in the next stream. Bye for now. I'll just let this play for a sec.